welcome one and all to Blackpool Promenade and a view of Blackpool Tower. Turning the camera around very slowly, there is the North Pier and a view of the Irish Sea. To my left is the Central Pier. Now this is to introduce my video, which will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow morning on the Sunday. It contains its usual fare, visits to our builds, a couple of trinkets, all relating to the wonderful news about Blackpool in the newspapers, national and local, that Blackpool this year, this summer season, will be the most popular resort for people staying in this country this year in the United Kingdom. So well done Blackpool, and I do hope you enjoy this video that you're about to see. Thank you for viewing, and I will see you at the end of it. A very good morning to you on this Thursday, the 23rd of February. Now in front, I'm just going to give you a quick clip of this heritage tram, which is just about to leave on its coastal tour. And then I'm going to take you down to Water's Edge. Welcome back again, and as promised, I'm able to now bring you to Water's Edge, and you will see the Irish Sea just now starting to climb these steps that lead to the promenade. There's the North Pier there, so we're very close to that. And turning the camera around nice and slowly so you still see the waves. There's the Central Pier down there. I'm just going to give you a couple of more seconds view of this Irish Sea, now as said, beginning to climb these steps here. But now I must get on with today's video. Yeah. Now, to help visitors who may be coming to Blackpool, every now and again in the next few videos I'll be showing you little trinkets. Now in front you will see this Trellis snack and meal bar. Now I know this actual Trellis bar because they were originally from the original Abingdon Street Market. We have an invite to go in, and you will see. I will hastily add that it's not open yet this morning because it's too early. It's just before 10:30 in the morning and they're not quite ready to open up, but I have the opportunity of showing you around here. Now I must point this out. Lovely roast meals are available here. You can have a large one or a small one. And over here, they've already written on this board, they're today's special. In fact, there's 2 day specials here. There we are, a cheeseburger, a chili, or the southern fried chicken. And important for you is they do a special menu for the children. And I believe if we go round here, there's this smiling lady here who's going to introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Nicola at Trellis Blackpool, and we welcome everybody here.
Nicola, that was wonderful. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So there we are. There's a place for you to come to enjoy your meals. The Trellis Bistro. I need to show you where the Trellis Bar is. Look, there's one of the entrances to the Winter Gardens. A very well-known entrance to the Hounds Hill shopping centre. Panning round, there's another entrance to the Hounds Hill and the promenade at the bottom. So that's where you will find this very, very interesting Trellis Bar that will look after you for your food and drink. I promise you that. We are at the gates now of the build of the Wilco store and the cinema complex, and this is where we pay our once a week visit to this build. There's a cradle there, lots of contractors on that one, and you can see all the mast climbers and all the brackets that protrude here from this build. They're all waiting for the insulation and cladding. Well, everything's nice and dry here, and as I told you last week, all this temporary concrete will be ripped up and replaced with a lovely finish of tarmac when this build is completed. Now I'm going to move on now to our next viewing area. Now a few paces to my right takes us here to our next viewing area, and I'm ever so pleased to show you this here. We have a vast area now that has received its covering of that white cladding. In front on the cradle you will actually see, or hopefully see, some contractors placing some more of these very impressive looking cladding tiles. And a few paces to my right enables myself to show you another area that has received that white cladding. And this is where you've just seen. I'll take you back there slowly. There we are. So 3 vast areas here that has received that white cladding. Now these views come from our final viewing area of this build of the Wilco store and the cinema complex. Please notice these facades here. You have there white cladding tiles, and please have a look at this. How about that? That copper-like coloured cladding that goes vertical all the way down. So if I can, I'll show you a view of the white cladding and the copper coloured cladding that is being used here, and I think it looks very attractive and very sharp indeed. And you can see on the cradle there another couple of pieces of that copper cladding about to be placed. Very impressive indeed, this build of the Wilco store and the cinema complex, and we will see one and all again on our visit next week. It is one cracking afternoon. It's a glorious day here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of that, and we're going to do our weekly tour of the build of the Holiday Inn. Now, from this viewing area here, I'm just going to show you, if I can you notice the lettering of the Holiday Inn? Well, that has been replaced. They've resited it so as it is more central, and I believe down the bottom there their motive as well is also going to be moved. So that's something new for us, the new sighting of the Holiday Inn. Now moving a few steps to my right takes us to our next viewing area, and yes, it can be clearly seen here that the lettering of the Holiday Inn has has received a new sighting here, so it is right in the middle of those 2 windows there. And down the bottom there you can see the motive waiting to be placed. And I will quickly point out to you, on the roof there you will see the 2 contractors undertaking this task. That's the giant store of Sainsbury's, and a quick visit here to one of our two safe viewing areas, and you will see all those pipes there, mounds of earth and mounds of stone, which I think is needed for the roof of the underpass. Moving around now, and we can catch this. The very well-known hoist now, coming down from the roof to pavement level. Always makes a nice clip, this. Moving on down to our secondary viewing area, I hope to be able to bring you views of all the ground that is being levelled off down there, adjacent to the powerhouse, which I'm about to show you there. There we are, all the ground now, all being levelled off. And that's where we've just come from, where we see the hoist come from the roof to pavement level. Now moving on down, we find ourselves outside the gates of our principal viewing area. In front you will see mounds of sand. Just going to show you the sign of the Holiday Inn here. And a view into the build from these gates on this very bright sunny afternoon of this Thursday. As you know, I've told you recently, most of the work now is involved internally, so I just bring you views that I can that you haven't seen. So with this final view, looking in to hopefully show you the sign of the North Station, this will complete our tour and visit today of the build of the Holiday Inn, and we will see one and all on our next visit next week. It is one gorgeous afternoon today, so I must take full advantage of that. I'd just like to inform one and all that I am fine. I've just had a little break with a cup of tea and a roll, and in fact I'm rolling along myself quite well. I'm bringing you back to Topping Street for a quick visit to show you what has happened ever so quickly with these two shops that I showed on my last video that have now closed down. That's the Home Comforts shop and the sofa outlet. The landlord of these units here and the agents have been ever so quick, because less than 24 hours have seen the placings of these notices here. First of all, one from Home Comfort saying they are now online only, and adjacent to that is the agent sign of Kedrick's to let. Next door is the very big unit of sofa outlet, exactly the same, a very clear notice saying they are now online only, with the same agent sign saying to let. So very, very quick work from both the landlord and the agents. Now, unfortunately, I cannot tell you any more than this, but it would not surprise me one iota should one of these shops actually go in the next couple of hours. I cannot say any more than that, but it would not surprise me at all. So that's our view now of these two shops that are both available to let. We're on the promenade now, and to close this Thursday's video down, I hope to catch that heritage tram there on its way to pick up people for their coastal tour. I've really enjoyed today's video. I'm off home now and put it all together in the editor. A very good morning to one and all on this Friday, the 24th of February. Now we're at the gates now that allows us to have a look at the build of the Works and the Pensions Office. There's an excavator there at work at the back of that huge mound of earth, and we can now see that crane that we see earlier. In actual fact, it is a very big mobile crane. You can see the vehicle there. Now, why I brought you here, not only to show you the work in progress of this build, but I found this very interesting. As I told you last time, it is the build for all the contractors and subcontractors, and it is now, as promised, they promised that they would have this finished on the Friday, and you are now going to see 3 stories of cabins purely for the use of all the contractors and subcontractors on duty at this build of the Works and Pensions Office. Well, that's quite an achievement. Fincy Construction. So there we are on this Friday morning. This is our quick visit to inspect these cabins and have a view, especially at that huge white mobile crane. We will see one and all here on our next visit. It is 1:15 p.m. now in the afternoon on this Friday. Yes, we're still videoing on Friday. And I've got the opportunity of showing you some more sea views, which I know are very popular. I'll just show you where we are today. Look, that's the crazy coaster there of the South Pier and the gin house. Spectacular views here today from this Irish Sea that's now crashing virtually all the way up to these steps. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go right onto the main road here, and I'm going to cross the road and then travel about 100 yards because I want to show a couple of hotels, because I believe I've already showed an eating venue. Now I'd like to show a couple of hotels that may be of interest. Now then, I've arrived at where I would like to be. Now that's where we've just come from across the road. Oh, it's very sunny today. I hope this comes out okay on the camera. That's where we've just come from, the South Pier. It's about 100 yards away on the other side of the road. Now I just want to show you a couple of hotels right on the promenade here. This one here is the Viking Hotel, talk of the coast, and as you can see, the car park is quite full. Very popular hotel, like all the hotels in Blackpool, I hastily add. Now the next one coming up may prove very interesting indeed. It is called the Queen's Hotel. It's had a nice paint up, as you can see, spotlessly clean on the outside of this facade. The windows are clean as well, obviously. Now, just coming to an important sign that I wish to show you. Look, there's the lettering of the Queen's Hotel. They get a lot of coaches here. Now, here we are. It's a glorious afternoon. Now I'm just going to turn the camera around to my left and show you the sea there, look. And there's all the amusements on the South Pier itself. Turning the camera back this is what I would like to show you. This hotel here is combined, if that's the right word, with Alpha Travel. So if you book a holiday in Blackpool through Alpha Travel, this is more than likely the hotel that you would arrive at. There's their telephone number there, and if I'm lucky, there may well be a coach from Alpha Travel. Yes, I am. And there's the driver there from Alpha Travel. Just going to come round here. Just come round here. And there is one of the coaches of Alpha Travel that will bring you to this glorious hotel on the front of the promenade. So, with a view of this coach, this will complete our video today for the Friday. It is funny sometimes how things happen. Up the top there is the old post offices of Blackpool. We're in Clifton Street. Now, on my way home, I see the owner of one of our old haunts, Twisted. It's the Indian street food restaurant.
Click subscribe.
Now, the owner has invited us to come inside and allow myself to make this video for you. There is no need for myself to tell you it's spectacularly laid out. I will let the camera actually do this. Look at these lovely umbrellas here. Umbrella type items hanging down from the ceiling. And these tables and chairs. Now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This will not open until 5:30, but the owner is bringing in necessary food items. So he see me, as said, and he's allowed me to come in and show you what is available in his restaurant. We have a video of this a couple of years ago, but here is the latest one. It's kept remarkably well. Beautiful flooring as well, and the bar, very impressive bar selection of drinks here. There's all the cocktails there and the pumps, and of course right down here is the area where your food will be prepared, the actual kitchen. Spotless in there. So all I've got to do is to, I must show you this. Now this is an award that this restaurant won. It won the English Curry Awards for the year 2022. The Street Food Restaurant of the Year. So that's quite a recommendation, isn't it? You won't get any stronger or better than that. So I've just got to find the owner and thank him very much for allowing myself to make this video. And if you want somewhere special to come, it's here in Twisted. So looking at the fascia sign again of this Twisted, and up the top there of Clifton Street is the old post offices of Blackpool. This will now close down our video for this Friday, and I do hope you have enjoyed everything in it. On this Saturday afternoon, I'm just going to bring you down here to the North Pier to close up this entire video for the week, and to thank one and all who has watched it. To close it, I'm going to show you another exciting refurbishment that is taking place on the promenade of Blackpool. It is the North Pier actual bar and lounge. It is receiving a complete new refurb. Everything inside this bar is being stripped and taken out. I'll show you one of the many skips that has actually taken away some of the inside of this bar. So again, thanks to one and all who has watched this video this week, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye.